Togethia TV.
I've been fortunate enough to own a range of high-performance Japanese cars, from Nissan Skylines to Evos to Subarus to Hondas, and I wanted to build something different this time, something that's not been done before or something very rare over in Europe. And I decided to build the Celica. It has a Beams 3SGE engine from an Altezza with the 6-speed gearbox, and for me it is just beautiful. The lines of this car, the styling, the look, the size, the power, there's just nothing like it. You can have the latest Skyline, the latest Toyota, but it just doesn't have the imagination that's gone into something like this. I was fortunate enough to have a Celica GT, the RA28, which is a 2-litre car, and I had one of those maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and again it was just so cool. I sold that and it left a gap. I wanted to fill, I wanted to buy something else, and this time I thought we'll build our own car. The choices were 240Z or the Celica, and the 240s are so hard to get hold of, being so old, they're corroded and so on. And when this TA27 came up for sale, it looked just ready for a rebuild, so we picked it up in Japan. Well, I think we have a reputation at Jap Performance Parts of building unusual cars. You've seen the Subaru drift car with a 34 GTR, the modified Evo 10, and I think if we just restored the Celica, it wouldn't have been up to our expectations, let's say. So I wanted to build a car, and it, as with everything, has to have a different engine. But I wasn't going to put an SR20 or an RB or anything like that, or a 1J. It had to remain true to being Toyota, and a 4-cylinder is what the car was designed for. That's why I went with the Altezza. I wanted to build the car principally like how it would have come out of the factory as Toyota supplied, but with the modifications such as the large spoiler at the back and the front lip, but then going into a bit more of the Japanese styling with the crazy oil cool and the pipework. Aesthetically, we've got the Honda S2000 seats to modernise the interior, but underneath the skin of the car is really where the hard work's gone in. It runs with a 210 horsepower, normally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with a 6-speed transmission, all custom fit, and at the same time a modern wiring loom. It has the clocks from a Toyota Supra Mark IV, but as I say, it all comes together as an authentic looking car. The complete project's taken a long time. It's probably best part of a year. It's not as simple as putting an engine in, plugging in the ECU and off you go. The actual construction, the tunnel was modified, and we removed the tunnel from the Altezza and welded that back into the Celica shell. Custom mounts are made, prop shaft, all the obvious stuff. It's the electronics that really took the time. Celica lights, fittings, aerials, horns, even the original radios in there working. So the car still is authentic from the outside, and everything works as it did in the original car. This car is not about racing. This car is not about power, performance. It's purely about being cool. It's one of those things, it's taken, I think, more time and effort than the race car to making it the way it is. I'd like to think I'll be keeping it for a long time, maybe until the next toy comes along. I'm Sajid Mughal, and I've built this Beams-powered Celica GT.
Read it, see it, live it. Only on Togethia TV.